Hello guys. I'm Blue. Welcome back to my YouTube channel. So, today, we'll be looking at the top 10 most brutal punishments in medieval history. Without further ado, let's get started. 1. Scaphism. Scaphism involved placing a person between two boats, feeding them milk and honey and then leaving them out in the sun. Over time, the exposure to the sun and the insects crawling and stinging the person thanks to the smell of honey would cause suffering. This took place in ancient Persia. 2. Lingqi. Lingqi was a form of extreme torture used in China for crimes like treason. It started in 900 AD and ended in 1905. Here, the procedure involved removing the parts of a person's body and inflicting wounds, eventually causing death. 3. Breaking wheel. Those convicted as murderers, rapists, traitors or robbers were to be executed by the wheel. The criminals would be tied to a wheel and be struck at the limbs until the bones broke. The executioner would start from the leg bones and eventually work all the way up to the arms. This took place in Middle Europe up to the 19th century. The practice was abolished in Bavaria in 1813 and in the Electorate of Hesse in 1836. The last known execution by the wheel took place in Prussia in 1841. 4. Brazen bull. The brazen bull, also known as the bronze bull, was a torture device used in ancient Greece. The bull was said to have been hollow, and made entirely of bronze, with a door on one side. The condemned were locked inside and a fire was set underneath the bull, causing immense agony and eventually roasting the criminal to death. 5. Flaying. Flaying was one of the most feared punishments in history. It involved skinning a person alive. This method was famously used by the ancient Assyrians, who even carved it into their palace walls to showcase their power. It was a cruel form of punishment, mainly for rebels or traitors. 6. Impalement. This punishment involved placing a person on a sharp pole and leaving them to perish. It was often used to punish rebellion or crimes against the state. 7. Hanging, drawing and quartering. Hanging, drawing and quartering was a punishment that took place in medieval England and Ireland for crimes like being a traitor. The process involved fastening the traitor's feet to the hurdle, being dragged to the palace and eventually getting hanged. 8. Boiling. In Europe and Asia, during the Middle Ages, booking was used as punishment for crimes like poisoning. The process involved placing an individual in water or oil and gradually being subjected to heat. This was often done publicly as a warning. 9. The rack. The rack was a torture device, often used to extract confessions. The process involved placing the perpetrator on a wooden frame, tying the ankles and wrists to the roller at the two opposite sides of the rack and moving the rollers to the opposite sides using a lever, thus stretching the individual. This took place in medieval Europe. 10. Crushing. Crushing involved placing heavy stones or weights on a person's body until they could no longer breathe. This took place in colonial America. Giles Corey, one of the accused, reportedly uttered more weight as his final words. So, this is the end of the video. Don't forget to like, comment, share and subscribe. Click on the notification bell for more upcoming videos and I'll see you in my next video. Bye.